Hi everyone, we are Group 3 and today we are be talking about mergers and acquisitions. My name is Chen Yu.
My name is Peng Yulong.
My name is Yuheng Wang.
My name is Teoman. And so on today's agenda, we have introduction to mergers and acquisitions. Do mergers and acquisitions create value? Why are mergers and acquisitions so prevalent? Competitive advantages of mergers and acquisitions. Implementation and integration challenges. And next slide, please. And so before we get into how value is created, I want to explain the difference between mergers and acquisitions. Because people usually use these terms like they mean the same thing, but in business, they actually describe two very different types of deals. A merger is when two companies combine on what's usually described an equal basis. In a merger, the original parent company's stock is typically retired and replaced with new stock. And the new company might keep one of the original names or use a combination of both. Even though mergers are often presented as partnerships, in reality, one company usually ends up being more dominant in terms of management and decision making. Companies also tend to prefer calling a deal a merger because it sounds more cooperative and less aggressive, which can make employees, investors, and the public more comfortable with the change. An acquisition is more straightforward. This is when one company directly purchases another company. That purchase can involve buying a controlling share, a majority stake, or even 100% of the target company's stock. Unlike mergers, acquisitions clearly establish one firm as the buyer and the other as the target. Acquisitions can also be either friendly or hostile. A friendly acquisition happens when both companies agree to the deal, while a hostile acquisition occurs when the acquiring company goes directly to shareholders. These deals are usually completed through something called a tender offer, where shareholders are offered a premium price for their shares. Next slide, please.
Mergers and acquisitions create value when two companies together perform better than they do alone. This mainly comes from synergies, meaning benefits that happen only when companies combine. For example, a bigger company can lower costs, and the two firms can share technology, workers, or skills. Companies in the same industry often create more value because they can combine their work more easily. And please, next page. Studies show that M&A usually increase the total value, but the target company gains the most, which we can see from their rising stock price after the deal is announced. And even though value may not show right away, long-term benefits usually appear if the integration is handled well. In short, value is created when the buyers finds real synergies. It doesn't pay too much and make sure the two companies can work well together.
Yeah, one major reason company choose mergers and acquisition is to grow in a strategy way. These deals help a company avoid falling behind its competitors. They also give the company a chance to enter new markets and use new technology. And if competitors are merging, a company may also need to do the same to keep its advantage. From the management side, there are other motivation too. Big companies usually pay higher salaries to executives, and managers often gain more power after a merger. Some managers also like this diversification because it lowers their personal job risk. They may also believe that they can create synergies that others cannot. Next page, please. In real business situation, if a company has strong cash flow, buying another company can be a smart choice, especially when the target firm has something unique. Acquiring that firm can help bring long-term growth and profit. Next page.
Mergers and acquisition can create a competitive advantage when the buying company finds synergies that other competitors cannot easily copy. For example, if the buyer finds useful value in the target firm, such as a new technology, special skills, or a strong distribution network, it can buy the company at a normal market price, but still earn extra profit. By acquiring that target firm, the buyer gets something unique and hard for other rewards to copy. And so, if a company knows it can create $2 million of value from a target firm, that is worth only $1.5 million. The buyer gains an advantage by acting earlier than others. Even if competitors know this synergy, they still cannot copy them if the synergy depends on the target firm's special ability or resources. However, this competitive advantage only happens when the buyer does not pay too much for the target firms and when the integration goes well. Therefore, before a merger or acquisition happens, mergers must carefully study and target firms' real competitive strategies.
So implementation issue is a major challenge in mergers and acquisitions. Even if the strategic plan looks perfect, the combined firm may still struggle to work effectively. Many deals fail because the integration is done poorly. So companies need to decide how much autonomy the target firm should have. Should everything be fully merged, or should some divisions remain separate? A common solution is the M-dimensional structure. It works similarly to a diversified company. Each division operates independently, but still follows central controls. Next page, please. And to make the merger truly successful, companies also need strong management systems. For example, clear performance expectations and consistent compensation policies. Without these systems, employees can become confused, and that can lead to internal conflict. Most importantly, cultural differences can create major challenges. Different values, communication styles, and also work processes may lead to misunderstandings or employee resistance. So the company has to decide whether to blend the cultures or adopt one dominant culture. There is no single best answers. It depends on the situation they have. But successfully, integration always requires strong leadership, open communication, and a thoughtful plan to manage these cultural differences. And that's all for our presentations. Thank you.
Thank you.